at church with the titties out. I was at the kids' school with the titties
You can't even
out.
turn. Kim Kardashian confirmed that she puts salmon sperm injected in her face.
If it's gonna take away a good
that
year or
was
two,
it.
I would do it.
No.
How much is enough at this point?
I'm not finna put no damn salmon sperm in my face.
You be putting human
Your
sperm
ass
on
gonna
your
be like,
face.
about to throw a boomerang in this conversation.
The guys who are getting their legs lengthened and the rest of their body is still short. That's weird to me. Because it's like their legs are longer, but their arms are still itty bitty. They was just like, I don't give a fuck if my arms are like this.
The men are showing out.
They can get tall now. They go to Turkey and get their hair done, their teeth done.
They even get
penis enlargement.
Penis enlargement. Yeah, because we can see when one titty is over there and one is over there. Like, we can see that.
Hi, Humble Baddies. I'm having a hard time in my relationship because I feel that my boyfriend spends too much money and lives a party lifestyle. Meanwhile, I'm trying to save for the future and feel more responsible. I don't know what to do. Run. R-U-N. Run.
I get in my way, never out of my lane. Feel like you the one and I'm on one. So what it's gonna be? Baby, squad up, we finna go deep. Riding on a team, got what you need. Baby, won't you keep me company? Give me something to do when I get lonely. I got something for you when we get home. If you let me put it down, when I hit the town, you should lie.
So your team, Drake?
Actually, I'm very neutral about it because it was a good beef. I like the beef, but I'm definitely team Drake.
You're team Drake.
Yeah.
Who you team?
I'm for everyone.
You for everyone?
I'm for everyone, but
you gotta pick a side. Pick a side.
I'm gonna pick a side. Who won the battle? I would probably say Kendrick Lamar.
Okay, so we got BBL Drizzy. And
no,
Kendrick.
It's not no BBL Drizzy.
It is BBL Drizzy.
Y'all don't be disrespectful.
He is.
They did say
he got the ab etching and everything.
BDL.
Big
dick.
What's that?
Oh yeah, he got his dick done.
I don't know. I heard
he got the dick lengthening surgery. That's the thing.
Lengthen.
It is a thing.
If I was a man and I was lacking,
so BDL is
and
big,
I could afford it.
Big
I don't know. I don't think something that big is natural.
I mean, no, it's definitely out there. It's natural. It can be. It just ain't for Drake. And he went and bought it. And ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm here for it.
Do we know facts?
Allegedly.
I mean,
allegedly.
Exactly. Allegedly.
Okay.
I'm here for it. Are y'all here for the plastic surgery?
I'm here for it because, I mean, I got a few things done.
What you got done, sis?
I got my tatas done twice.
Okay.
Twice.
I had lipo. And I had a little BBL.
And a little BBL.
A little BBL.
So we got a little BBL. What's a little BBL?
I
BBL
had
Sharelle.
Because are there different levels to the BBL?
There are, but
really?
Yes.
I did.
So
please tell me.
I knew that already, but I just want to hear her version. Go ahead.
So shout out.
I want to hear if she thinks she got a little BBL or BBL or a big BBL. Which BBL did you get?
So there's levels.
Hold on, I got to shout out my doctors.
Shout them out.
My breast doctor, Dr. Critman. She's the best in Houston, Texas. If y'all looking for the best breast implants, best whatever to your titties, make sure you go hit up Dr. Critman in Houston, Texas. I'll show y'all after. I mean, they beautiful. And shout out to Dr. Chamatha in Houston.
He the BBL king.
He the BBL king.
He the BBL king. That's what I heard.
Yes, he's the BBL king. Okay. But yeah, so I did get my breasts redone. She was amazing. She did things that other doctors don't do in regards to breasts when you get in a lift and resize. My areolas were huge after I had Serenity. She resized.
Wait, your areolas, what do you mean after? Like they got bigger?
Yes, bitch. It was a whole
expand. They got bigger too?
They were huge. I was so insecure about my areolas. Like I did not want to show my titties.
But just like all skin expands.
It was just like a big brown.
Mine did too.
So she cut the areola?
She had areola cutters. Like cookie cutters.
Oh.
She had, and they're
so
perfect.
They're little and cute now?
They're so cute.
Oh.
So you had them reconstructed kind of.
I did. Okay. And Dr. Chamatha, he said I didn't have enough fat in my abdomen area. So he pulled from my thighs, my back, my arms, my stomach just to give me a little booty.
It's not little, sis.
The booty is booty. It is.
But you do it the right way. I know that you're supposed to work out post.
Yes.
You're supposed to take care of your surgery, your investment.
But he did good because your proportions.
No,
but you look great.
But you don't got the ant legs.
No. I definitely don't. I definitely don't. You know, it's proportionate. It's proportionate. But I'm going to tell you a thing, what people fail to realize is you have to work out. You have to eat healthy because that's fat they're pulling from another part of your body.
So it got to go somewhere.
Reproduce. If you're not working out, if you're not eating right, it will grow. Then it caused that ant, them little, the big
that's
booty,
what
the
scares
ant
me from it. Like to have a BBL. I mean, I'm
but
good
they tell
in that
you,
department, but
you don't need no booty.
Everybody ain't able, Lex. Everybody ain't.
But I went through a stage, you guys. I went through a stage where I cried and I called Dr. Shamatha and I was like, I hated this. Why did I fucking do this? I hate my body.
Wait, this is at the beginning? He gave you the BBL and then you called him up crying?
Yes, listen.
And this is at the beginning.
This was midway. This was midway through, probably halfway, probably 9 months after I got my BBL.
Okay.
I was like, I hate this. I don't want this ass anymore. It's just too big. It's just growing and growing and growing and I don't like it.
I wish I had them problems.
It was horrible. Like I literally, I was in tears. I said, I fucking hate my body. I went through that whole stage. And he said, Sharelle, I told you, you have to eat right. You have to work out. It's not going to be easy. Because I went through a stage after I had Serenity and I was like, you go through your ups and downs. And I was like, I don't have time to work out. This is not it. Right. People think that you go get surgery and that's it. But you have to work out. You have to keep the body going. Like you can't just get surgery and think that's it.
Yeah, you have to keep it up.
Yeah. So I called him, I cried. He sent me a nutritionist and he was like, call her. She's gonna make sure you're good. I was like, fuck this shit.
Girl, not you calling the doctor.
I did. I got his cell. I have him on speed dial.
That is crazy. Okay. I am not mad at the BBL trend. Like, I love it. Like, I feel like if you wasn't born with it and you want it and you can afford it, do that shit. Like, I'm here for it.
And we live in Miami. We see them walking down the street. They're very common here.
Yeah.
I've gotten used to them, over time by living here. But at the same time, like, I've seen some botched. Unnecessary.
Those are more than just BBLs. That's some foreign shit injected in your body.
Okay.
That ain't a BBL.
That's the sad part of it. That's the sad part of the industry because I feel like people can't afford what they really want. So they'll take the cheap side and they'll go to a doctor or somebody who's not really a doctor and they'll go get something, an alternative.
In their attic or basement.
It's not enough.
Yeah, and people have died on the table or, after their procedure. And that's just so sad and unfortunate because it's all for aesthetics. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, your health is way more important. Your life is way more valuable than, what you look like. And if you got a big ass and your waist to hip ratio and all that. So, I mean, I think that we as a culture do probably put a little bit too much emphasis on, the BBL body trend. So I think there does need to be a balance. There's always needs to be a checks and balances when it comes to this type of shit. Because it's it's a great thing. Be confident in your body. If you want to change something about yourself, you should do it. But the other end of it is you need to love yourself at the end of the day and love your life and not put yourself in danger and,
because it's elective.
Your health like that.
Surgery.
And you have to do your research. I think people fail to realize it's you don't know what your body can handle. It's a shock. I made sure that I did my research on the surgery that I was getting. I contacted the best post-care.
That's also crucial.
That's important.
Yes.
Post-care is important.
Shout out to Carrie. My nurse was amazing.
Shout her out because we need that.
Yes, you need that. And people feel they want to, save money. You can't go cheap on that route.
Was this post-op as soon as you left or
she
a day or two?
No,
that's what she did.
So basically, as soon as I had my surgery, she was there. She had my smoothie. She had she had a Tesla. She had her whole back laid back with the mattress. She picked me up. took me to my Airbnb.
So
Chad was there. She
recovered.
spent the night. She had her team there. Mm-hmm. She cooked meals for me. She made sure I had my medicine, checked my blood. 24-hour care, the first 72 hours.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, because have y'all been in the airport when y'all seen all the ladies coming back from like the DR and Colombia in wheelchairs?
I've seen it.
Like, that's a crazy thing to see. Literally like 20 females. Like,
it's crazy. It's scary.
At the airport terminal, like ready to get off their flight. Like, it's insane.
It's scary.
I saw it in Colombia from traveling. Yeah. I noticed it as soon as I got there. And I don't know if it's is it cheaper there or what? But I feel like it was very new because people were patched up. Some of them had some bags.
Yeah. They're I could tell they're like,
fresh.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you even allowed to be in the altitude like this?
Yeah, it's not safe. I waited a whole week.
I've had a couple friends who went to Colombia to get their surgeries done, and they look absolutely amazing. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
But they stayed there a couple of days.
They did. They stayed there. I feel like they did it the right way. Like, they did their research. They went to reputable doctors, and they stayed there for at least 10 days. And they had the nurses there that took care of them
for the post-op.
But the thing about it is the only downside with that is if you have any complications, don't nobody want to deal with you because you went out of country to get shit done.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Sometimes it's best to save that money and go to a good reputable doctor that's local. And I did my research. Dr. John Money and Dr. Chamatha was the best of the best.
Yeah.
When I was doing my research, and I was like, I'm going to them. Dr. Carey was the best nurse. Everybody was referring her. I was like, this is my team.
Yeah, I agree. I think you definitely have to do your research and not just go with the easiest and the cheapest when it comes to something like this.
Well, you're definitely investing in your body. You're investing in your life. And so with that being said, you need to do your research. You also need to really invest in your money and your time. So you're just you know what, let me do it right. And then that way, because I've gotten surgery too. I'm a proponent of it. And
we should get surgery on legs.
Well, I had my breast done after my third child almost 16 years ago. And then it was done. It was due time to have them redone. So I had to decide that I want to replace them or take them out completely. Mm-hmm. And I decided to do a reduction and a lift and then replace the implant.
So what made you decide to replace them?
It was my 40th birthday gift to myself. Mm-hmm. It was right time. And so I did a reduction. So I took them out. Well, it was time anyway.
What made you decide opposed to taking them out completely? What made you... I'm asking because I went through the same thing. I was like, okay, I want to get them done, but I don't know if I want to take them out or get them redone. So
I went on the safe, more natural route even years ago, 15 years ago, to have them because they had deflated. I started off as a small B, big A. So even prior to children. And then, them babies be sucking and pulling and tugging and everything like that. And I breastfed each of my children. So it was a decision. I was like, okay, if I'm going to have more children, how does that affect, the next and all of that? So then once they were sagging, it actually was a medical thing because my breast almost started to cave inside. It was flipping, my nipple was flipping in. And so as a woman, I'm and younger because I started off having children so young. So I was for myself, I was these boobs ain't doing what they used to do. They're not
right.
perky.
I'm too young for this.
Yeah, I was too young for that. So I was it's time. And then because I knew I was able to breastfeed post and all that, so I decided just to have a bigger implant. And it felt like it, went with my body and everything. But now being older, and especially with the technology and reducing, and shout out to my doctor, Dr. Mesa. He goes on, what he does is on the more natural side. And now, they're a little small, they're smaller, but I have a full size. But these I can have for such a long time and they're going to grow with me.
Did you get fat transfer or did you do
I didn't need any of that. I just had them reduced. And then I actually have what's called the anchor. Yeah. So, I have new areolas because mine did expand for her. And then I also have, the scar and it goes under, but it's fading. It's been over a year
Silicone
now.
gel.
So, I'm happy with mine. I love them.
I think I got mine done, my boobs done twice now. And the first time I got them done, I had them after my first kid. And it didn't have nothing to do with my kid because my titties was pretty and perfect. Like before I had my baby, after I had my first baby, they was fine. But I personally just had I was just insecure about being smaller. And, since I was younger, I was like a tomboy. I was very boyish growing up. Like all through high school, I was very much a boy, all through college. And I am a tomboy at heart. So I wear boy clothes. Y'all see how I dress most of the time. Like I like that. But I don't know, for some reason in my mind, having boobs was equivalent to like being a woman, being a grown woman. You know what I mean? So I just felt like as soon as I could get
almost
my boobs
like they were
done,
in the way.
I felt like I was going to get it done. Like I just knew, I always wanted to get my boobs done. So after I had my first baby, I breastfed him for a year, was finished breastfeeding. My boobs were still nice and perky. They were fine, but it was literally just an insecurity that I had that I wanted to get my boobs done. So I did.
To make yourself like you feel like a little bit more feminine.
To feel feminine, to feel like a grown woman, to feel, I don't know, in my mind, I was just like, if I have titties, I'm grown, I'm fine. Yeah. So I did. I got them done and I loved it. It was a great experience. Like, it was great. But then when I got pregnant with my second baby, and then I went to breastfeed him, it was a little harder with the implants. Like it wasn't the same type of experience breastfeeding him. And at that moment, I was just like, damn, bitch, what did you do? Like, I was really kind of, I wouldn't say I was sad that I got it, but I just loved the experience that I had breastfeeding my first baby, that once I wasn't having that experience because of the implants, it just really it sucked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I started seeing all this stuff on social media about breast implant illness. Have y'all seen that?
Yes.
No,
we had a few friends that went through it.
Really?
Sarah,
what is that?
Well, I can't call nobody.
Breast implant illness. It's like, I see a lot of women,
their body can't take the foreign
on social
object.
media. Yeah, and they start having these symptoms like brain fog. They have rashes. Just a lot of symptoms that a lot of doctors can't give them an answer for. They go through a lot of tests and all kind of things. And a lot of women have, done their research and seen doctors, and it's come down to that it's their breast implants that are making them sick. So I, at that point, was just like, okay, do you want to take them out? Or do you... I wasn't having any symptoms, but I just was getting in my head
just
about
in case.
it. Yeah, I was getting scared, because it's like every day I'm living with these in my chest. I had this kind of a negative experience breastfeeding my second baby because of them. So I was like, second guessing my decision about having implants in general. So in my mind, I was like, going through the decision, like, do I want to keep them or do I want to take them out? Like, I know I want to get them redone, but should I take them out or should I get them redone? Like, I was really having this real like tug of war, thought process about it or whatever. But honestly, I wasn't having any symptoms. I do like having implants. I don't plan on having any more kids. So I'm not planning on breastfeeding again. And at the end of the day, I feel like I made the best decision for me. Like, I feel like, I'm not saying that my boobs make me, but I love them. You know what I mean? I feel like I made the best decision for me.
Yes.
And,
I love mine too.
If they ever do give me problems, I feel like I don't have a problem with taking them out. Like, I'm not going to die over them. You know what I mean? I think that women need to just make the best decision for themselves and just be educated and realize that there are complications that come with it, that it's not just about the aesthetics. Like, it does have to do with your health. That's why you have to go to the doctor and get all your tests and stuff done first, So I feel like we just have to make sure that, especially young girls, know that it's not just about, what they look like. Because I'm not going to lie, I got them because I was just worried about like what I look like aesthetically,
So speaking of that, I'm dealing with the situation. Y'all know my daughter's 18 and I don't know if it's a trend in high school or, going into college where they feel like they have to be thick. The Instagram girls.
So thick right now.
I have noticed my daughter sitting back and she'll eat and then she'll drink an Ensure shake. And I'm like,
because she's trying to be thick.
She wants to gain weight. And I'm like, what's wrong? Like, how do you, it's kind of hard for me to be able to explain to her, like, love your body when I went and got my body done. And now it's like, okay, I have grew out of that stage.
Because you don't want to sound like a hypocrite.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So how do you deal with that? How do you express because I didn't think about that when, I was going to get my surgery. I didn't think that I would have to sit down and have that talk with my daughter when I went and got the surgeries done. And now she's trying to,
that's good.
Gain weight and be like the Instagram girl. So that is what I'm dealing with. Like, I went and got this done, but I'm trying to teach my daughter to love her body and, you're beautiful and, be natural.
Yeah.
Embrace what you have.
I feel like even with this social media, I feel like that has increased the BBLs. This increased opportunities and jobs and just also the pressure. And because we don't realize that people are swiping and then you're adding a filter and creating and projecting this image. And also people are profiting off of this, not just the doctors, but, you're now influencers and you're also now in the gym.
And not to mention, most of the shit we see is fake. Everybody's editing their pictures.
Exactly. So it's becoming advertisement in different realms for the younger generation, especially if you feel insecure about it because, you're like, oh, I see this girl. She's in the gym, but, she didn't say that she was just, going through a recovery months ago to get that look,
and then they go in the gym act like,
and
I built
instant gratification. And to your point with your daughter, it's the opposite for one of my daughters. She is counting calories and wants to stay slim. And, the minute, and then skipping meals and things like that. So I'm just like, you need to eat. You need to make sure you're staying, keeping your nutrition. You need to stay active. And then there's ways to maintain your toned figure. But at the same time, it's just like, so I think it's per person, per preference, per child, per situation.
If I had a teenage daughter, I don't know, I feel like I would just want them to, I think just a teenager in general, because there's so many things that teenagers...
It's a male thing. I was going to say it's a male thing too, because I have my son who's trying to make weight.
Raising teenagers these days, they're up against so much. They have social media, they have, TV, everything that they're trying to live up to and compare themselves to. And I would just try to explain to them, God willing, life is long. So while you're young,
enjoy
being young and what you have and what God has blessed you with now. You know what I mean? Because you have your whole life ahead of you to grow and to change. And
your body is going to change. And I try to tell her that. But it's hard for me because she knows I went through surgeries. And it's like, Mom, how you going to tell me when you did this and you did that?
And then you just tell them because I've been where you are. And you've lived a life. And you've had babies and you've done things. So you're able to make those decisions that, are life altering.
Right.
At your young age, you're not old enough, you're not experienced enough to know know. You know what I mean?
And keep in mind,
but they can do what they want to do anyway.
Exactly.
You just got to do your part.
Exactly.
It's also expensive. Let's not get it twisted.
Child.
It's an investment.
It is, but they got care credit now. You can put your BBL on layaway.
Not layaway.
Yeah,
if you put your BBL on layaway, you don't need to get a
BBL. The doctors have care credit. They have Klarna and what's the other one called? They got all kind of options now that you can pay for your BBL. So they make it affordable. Because I know some of these people ain't out here
just paying.
They not.
Well,
so they make it affordable, which I don't know if that's the best thing, but they do.
But I also noticed that it's not just with women; it's also with men.
Oh, the men are showing out, baby. The men are getting
They can get tall now.
They get everything.
They get facial. Lengthen out their
legs.
Have implants.
The hair implants. They go to Turkey and get their hair done, their teeth done, their nose done, their chin done, their calves, they calves.
But see, they ain't talking about theirs. I think they just, getting it done and trying to be. They even get
penis enlargement.
The penis enlargement.
Mm-hmm.
We can't be mad at them if we doing everything.
No, exactly. That's true.
Yeah.
So I wonder what happens, like with the penis enlargement, like how it works.
Is it like a pump, or is it like what happens? Like if you do your brain, how does your brain go to that?
It's
organ?
the blood flow. So the blood flow makes it big, but how do they go in and make it bigger? We need to ask the surgeon. Y'all need to come in and tell us what's the process.
Hit us up on our Humble Baddies.
Want to find out.
I want to find out too. I'm curious. Like, what's the process?
I'm curious. Y'all let us know.
No, I just wanted. I think about the craziest
thinking
thing.
about how they dicks begin.
Well, I know how it gets hard, the blood flow, but
that's natural.
Natural, but how do you make it bigger?
Especially if it's.
My thing is with the guys who are getting their legs lengthened and the rest of their body is still short. That's weird to me.
That's
because it's like their legs are longer, but their arms are still itty bitty. Their torso
looking like an action figure.
Like they didn't think that through. I feel like they was just like, "Fuck it, I want to be 6 feet. I don't give a fuck if my arms are like this." It's a little weird, but that's good. That's good for them though that they have the option.
You can do anything now. Whatever you feel is
And I feel like there's nothing wrong with anything you feel like but there's a limit. There's a limit and own it.
There's a limit. The limit is your health first and foremost. Like if it's affecting your health, then baby,
because I done seen
worth it.
I done seen some horrible ass jobs. I'm like, what?
Do y'all watch that show Botched? You know Botched?
No, I don't watch it, but I've heard of it.
Botched?
No.
Botched is so good. It's with these 2 plastic surgeons.
I seen Botched.
Yeah, and
they're out of Beverly Hills, right?
Yeah,
I've heard of it.
And they reconstruct.
So like people come in who are like have bad plastic surgery, or people who are like obsessed with plastic surgery and have had like way too much.
What is that like
done.
Body
dysmorphia?
Yeah, like that.
I love that show because it's really
it's a mental thing though too.
People really don't have.
I think people get addicted to it.
Well, think about the other surgeries too, like your morbidly obese people that are getting like the bands, and then they need to get the extra skin after they lose weight. It has to get removed, and then they ask them before. It's a mental thing too. Like, you know what? You cannot eat a whole pizza. You can only have a slice.
Yeah. So those people, they usually have to go through
a psychological.
They have to go to see like a therapist or whatever.
Because it's a lifestyle change.
Right. Exactly. So maybe we need that for all plastic surgery. Because I know when I got my titties done, my titties was out. I was just like, I got my titties done.
You gotta show them.
Every outfit as well.
Titties way up here. Titties
money for your chin. The titties was out. I was at church with the titties out. I was at the kids' school with the titties out.
You can't even turn hard because your titties in the way.
Your investment. With my titties out. Yeah. So I probably should have went to a therapist first so they could tell me, like, Ashley, just because you got your boobies done, don't mean the boobies need to be out everywhere you go. So they should make that a requirement for all plastic surgery, I think.
Definitely. I definitely think that. And people should do their research. Y'all make sure y'all do y'all research before y'all go and doing.
Because we can see when one titty is over there and one is over there. Like, we can see that.
And make sure you check. Do your background search on the way you do it on your mate. Do it on your surgeon. Yeah. Because a lot of these surgeons ain't really surgeons.
And don't go with the cheapest. You can't go cheap when it comes to plastic surgery. Okay. Spend a little extra $5. Okay?
I noticed from traveling overseas, I was in South Korea in Asia, and I noticed the difference between even like the imaging of like what they do for different cosmetic procedures, as well as the bleaching. Skin bleaching is a huge thing out there, and using other like the snail mucus. That's a whole nother thing too. But it's like, our face and just everything that everyone is into investing in their face and their bodies, and not just overseas, but I feel like locally too. I mean, I don't know if it's more of an American thing too, but everyone wants to be the best.
Everybody wants to stay young.
Stay young is another thing too. Stay fit and
There's
tiny
a lot of
thin.
pressure of like staying young.
Young and beautiful.
Like I feel like people are getting facelifts younger now. Like they have the
Everything
mini
young.
face.
Crazy.
They have the mini facelifts now where it's, I don't know.
Do you all feel like the Kardashians were a little bit of a...
I think the Kardashians
influential
probably like put it more on the map just because they obviously have a reality TV show and they're very like vulnerable and tell us everything that they do. But a lot of people
look up to them. Like I just seen a article where it said that Kim Kardashian confirmed that she puts salmon sperm injected in her face.
I saw that.
Like
salmon sperm. I mean,
I want to know if who was the test before.
If it's going to take away a good year or two, I would do it.
No, you wouldn't. Your face is beautiful. Her face was beautiful before the damn salmon sperm.
So how much? Too much can be. How much is enough at this point? You know what I'm saying?
That don't really count as like plastic surgery.
She's done the vampire.
That's some experimenting shit. Like I'm not finna put no damn salmon sperm in my face.
Low key, we don't know long term.
I might do that. I might do the salmon sperm. You be putting human.
Your ass gonna be looking like sawdoll.
You be putting this.
Ashley got a point.
But it's a difference. It's a difference when putting it on your face than injecting it in your skin. Injecting it, Ashley. You swallow it. That's the difference. But it's going in the...
She said put it in the face for the not swallower.
It ain't. You might as well.
It's a big difference. It's injecting.
Ashley said if somebody be missing.
If Dr. Somebody be like, it's going to take off 5 years, bitch. You ain't going to do it.
Injecting salmon sperm? Bitch, I'm just going to look 5 years older. I ain't putting up.
I look at my mama and I'm like, damn, she fine.
My mom look good.
So I'm not there yet.
Black don't crack.
I haven't touched my face. I haven't done Botox. I haven't done anything yet. But
I would inject the salmon sperm. Okay, I feel like that's easy. I mean,
I'm not there. I need to see.
We eat this eggs. Y'all don't eat caviar. I feel like it's.
I hate caviar.
Close enough.
I do eat caviar.
Okay, so
the roll, everything.
Might as well have the sperm.
I'm ingesting it.
Give me a little caviar and a little sperm with it.
Actually, you go get it injected so I can see how it looks.
I mean, I'm gonna call Kim up and see if it worked for her. If it worked for her,
Kim, you let us know. Yeah, hit us up at Humble Baddie Mail. Let us know. We need to go get that.
Let us know.
I
mean, because I feel like
I might as well get shark sperm and fucking squid sperm too.
Okay, well, have you had Botox yet?
I have. I got. Okay, I just started getting Botox.
Okay, I feel like I had Botox, so now I'm like,
what's next?
Can you see?
I've opened the door to injections. You know what I'm saying? So a little salmon sperm ain't gonna hurt nobody.
But I guess you can see from mine now, right?
You know what I'm saying?
Shit, we done did it all now. Done it all.
I guess I'm still a virgin with the face. Yeah, I haven't touched it yet. Mine is still...
Okay, well, Botox, it's preventative.
Yeah, it's a preventative.
It's preventative. So, so we just trying to freeze it. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe
I mean, it ain't nothing wrong with it. You see?
I want to be able... I think what scares me is the fact that, one, we live in Miami. Everybody is advertising everything, their body. We be on the beach, people are in thongs or topless and things like that.
Ass flosses. You see my ass floss?
I like that for you. I love that for you.
Baby, my close friends about to be lit. And don't y'all go tell Chad either.
Show it off. But being in Miami, it's a tough city. You know what I'm saying? We're an outdoor city. People are at the beach. We're by the pools. We're at the day parties. We're on the boats. We're showing our bodies off. So it's very much a place where you feel pressure to get, certain surgeries or certain procedures. But at the same time, I've seen some ones that make me scared to get them.
I feel like it's just technology and science has improved and grown in the last, 20 years, right? I mean, this stuff has been around for a while.
I feel like.
But I feel like, it's just more, it's a part of everyday life now. If we know better, you do better, right? You know what I'm saying? So why would I not take advantage of the things that are preventative?
Low key, like an oil change for your car.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's things that we can do now to keep us healthier, to keep us looking younger, beautiful, whatever. Why would I not do those things?
Okay.
You know what I mean? Now, there are extremes to it, but I feel like things like Botox or just, skincare, sunscreens, like all the things that are just more like in our face now, I feel like it's not really like pressure. It's just more knowledge on the subject. It's more at our fingertips now.
I'm about to throw a boomerang in this conversation.
What?
Have you ever dealt with a friend who was not supportive of you getting plastic surgery, or always had to like, why you doing that? But they always talked about they wanted it done, but hate on you.
No, that just sound like a hater to me.
Yeah, that sounds like a hater, not a friend.
No, I have not.
But I will say, Phil was against me getting plastic surgery.
From the beginning?
Yes, like literally to the day I got there. Like I had my appointment, was at he came to the doctor's appointments with me because, he don't play. He makes sure that all the I's are dotted and T's are crossed. Yeah, like he be on it. But he was against it every step of the way. I literally had to ask one of my friends the first time. Actually, I think I asked my dad, but then I asked my friend to come just in case he didn't come because I wasn't sure if he was going to show up or not. And I don't think he knew if I was going to go or not. But anyway, the point is he was like very, very against it. And I think he was just, trying to look out for like my health at the end of the day. Yeah. And also just, he didn't want me to feel like I made a mistake in the long run. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, you kind of get all the information.
But that's why I feel like, yeah, as long as you do your research and you're confident and like this is something that you really want, then you should do it because it's for you. It's not for anybody else.
What would you do if you had a friend that is addicted to plastic surgery and their body starts to get out of control?
Well, I feel like once you start and you start pulling and tugging and all this kind of stuff, you have to maintain that. It's an expensive lifestyle.
No. You didn't hear my question. What would you do if you had a friend that was getting plastic surgery and they became addictive and they got more ass shots and more fat transfers? What would you do?
Tell them, I think you starting to get out of control. Straight up. And I have told a friend that before.
And what was their response?
That's sad. It's like, but it's just a little tweak here. It's a little tweak there. And I have to go back and maintain it. And I was like, but I said, you know what? You need to ease up on it just out of health reasons. But then again, I don't pay this person's bills. Low key, it's none of my business. But at the same time,
but that's your friend.
I said
you don't look at it like that. Like I'm not looking at it like I had that situation.
I just said I've said it, and then I let it go.
Did they get mad at you?
Yeah.
Yeah, they probably
I didn't lose it. I didn't lose like her as a friend.
Once a person they've made a decision like that and they're constantly getting work done, I feel like that's their lifestyle. That's the life they want to live.
Yeah, because they got to keep it up. They want to keep it up. They want to.
Or is it the life they want to live, or is it insecurities that they have as a person?
Both.
Right.
I think it's a combination of both because, again, this person is very much in the spotlight to the point where, I can understand it to a point, but at the same time, it's not my lifestyle to maintain. So I respect that in a way, but at the same time, as her friend, I'm like, you know what? You need to ease up on there because you look totally different than what I've known you as.
Right.
As well as the fact that I care for you. You know what I mean? And then at the end of the day, I can leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? Because I said what I had to say. And that's that.
Do you think that those friends that you tell the truth about, do you think that they think you're hating or they consider you a frenemy? Like, what's your opinion on that?
I don't think so. We have a great relationship to this day.
I feel like frenemies is a good topic because it's so easy to think that you're friends with somebody until you have a disagreement about something. And
that's true. Yeah. I like that.
I feel like if we're not real friends unless I can have a disagreement with you and I can really tell you how I feel about something.
And we can keep it moving.
Yeah. If I can't be honest with you and have a totally different perspective from you and just not agree with it.
Yes.
And we can't move forward, then I feel like you're either judging me, you're not. It's not coming from a place of love.
Right.
And I feel like
and you would want your good friend to be honest with you.
Exactly.
I agree with you, Ashley. I've lost friendships because I was honest.
Yeah. I have lost friendships, and I feel like my experience of a frenemy is, I thank God that he removed so many people away from me, because
you have to let that be revealed.
I've been through a lot, and to see the people who I opened up and became vulnerable with turn on me, that shit was crazy. Like, I would give my all to those people, and to see them turn around and just change up on me, it was sick.
But now in hindsight,
it was sick.
Are you okay with the fact that they revealed themselves?
Yes, of course. I prayed for that. And you have to be mentally prepared. You have to be mentally prepared for it.
That's
because honestly, it's like losing a close family member. When you lose somebody that you thought was
so how do you get to the point where you're okay with it? Because I feel like I've been through that, but I'm like, damn, like I'm still struggling with the loss. Like I still feel like I'm grieving. I still feel like, what the fuck? I can't believe
here's
this
the deal.
is happening.
Going back to being, you have to be thankful for the revelation, because the people are not supposed to elevate with you in a different way. Right. Because if they're being a particular way at this point, what makes you think it's going to change when you're here?
Yeah, it's going to get worse.
There's a season for all of that, because I noticed this. We don't give our girlfriends enough grace, but we'll give a man a grace. A man grace. He can treat us X, Y,
and Z. He can cheat on your ass 50 times.
But,
that is crazy.
But then on the other end,
I don't understand.
But then you quick to cut off a female. But see,
you see,
it's different. Like I feel like my situation, because I used to look at that all the time, and I tell my friends this, like our mutual friends, you so quick to forgive that man, but a friend can do one thing and you just quick to cut them off. No, you can't. You got to communicate. But my situation is, and I ask God to show me who's there for me, who's meant for me and who's not. When I cut someone off, it's not because we have a disagreement. It's not. It's because of the strong jealousy. Yeah. And we hate to talk about it. Like jealousy is a word that people don't like to talk about it.
Yeah. But you can imagine my closest friends being jealous. Like that's just
you
crazy.
Can't, but you ask it's definitely real. And I asked God to reveal. God, reveal to me who's there for me.
And this level of jealousy.
Remove the people who are not from me. Remove them from my path. And you have to be mentally prepared for that, because they start falling.
So y'all cut them off, like you just like
he'll give you signs. They'll cut themselves off.
Yeah.
And that's that matriculation.
I've experienced people cutting themselves off for me. Like, and I'm just like, damn.
Yeah, that's like, natural
not me. I'm the one who's here doing this, and that.
But you gotta let them go.
I know.
Let them go. And guess what? You'll see me somewhere else, and that's okay. Let them have the grace, because we also don't understand what people are going through too. We don't also understand what they have felt on that end of it, and what they are bringing and harboring and their emotions, and the jealousy, or the, she should have been doing this, or you should have been doing it this way. We have to understand that it's okay.
I've gotten a lot of that. I feel like
it's okay.
I feel like, especially when I got married, I feel like when I was on a TV show, I feel like a lot of my friendships, the dynamics really changed.
Yeah.
And I wasn't ready for that.
I have another one for you. When I got divorced.
Yeah. It was like life-altering things happen.
Yes.
It
changes.
And then if they think that you now thinking, they looking at your man, and like, what are we doing? Or just little things like that. You have to, I just feel like you have to let people go.
Yeah. And it's okay. It's okay to outgrow people.
Because I noticed, what are those memes when you see like it's like, she done got a degree, 2 jobs after a breakup. She done got a degree, 2 jobs, and changed her hair. It's like, we really heal faster than Wolverine around here when it comes from these relationships. Yeah. So we have to understand that people can be in your life for a season and a reason, and that's it.
But
don't harbor that.
You know what I always pray? I always pray and ask God, because we go through things and it toughens us and it makes us put shields and barriers up. I always ask God to don't change me as a person. Don't change my heart. Because I'm so giving and I'm so caring, and I don't
let someone
don't let
that.
someone yes, don't let someone else alter that or their actions alter that. I want to remain the humble baddie. That I am. I want to remain that person, and I don't want to change as a person because you go through so many. Sharelle. You can go through. I went through some shit where I can just. It's just like fuck the world.
Yeah,
but I don't want to be that person, and I've caught myself going down that alley, and I get down on my knees and I cry to God, and I'm like, Lord, don't change me as a person. Like protect my heart
in your heart
and keep me. Keep me humble. Keep me that same person. Like, let me forgive because I'm not perfect. But
see, that's the thing. I feel like I have been through things. I just don't see myself ever like cutting people off. Like, and you know, that's our culture these days. Everybody's like, you know, I'll cut them off like quick, like it's nothing. You know what I mean? But I'm just not that type of person. Like, I am genuinely a person that I want to talk it out. Like, whatever the issue is.
I like that too. I like to hear everyone's side.
You know what I'm saying? Even if we end up disagreeing on whatever it is, like, I always feel like there's room for us to exist and still be able to work it out.
But sometimes you go through things, like I've been through things where my close friend done slept with someone who I thought was close to me, done slept with my ex-husband. Like, I done been through shit like that. There's no talking out. That's like I can't even see you. If I see you, I'm beating your ass. Like, there's no talking out to that. So things like that, when you go through shit like that,
that's disrespectful.
It's disrespect, and you just have to ask God to just cleanse me, like just soften my heart. Don't turn me. I don't want to be that person.
I am just trying to figure out how to stay open, make new friends, like make these like deep connections with other women when I've been through things. But like, I want to say I have my guard up because I'm a very like open person, but I just feel like, I don't know, it's just hard to make like new, genuine, like deep relationships
but
with
I
women.
low-key feel like we're starting to get to the age of it's hard to make new friends. And I'm not saying make new friends like it's not going to happen, but I'm saying if you're in a certain spaces and you're starting to see certain people more than once, it's like, okay, hey, now we have something in common.
Yeah.
Then that becomes more of a talking point. That becomes more of like a relationship builder.
Yeah.
So that's where I would say for you, just to give you advice on to see that openness and be open to it, because I've now even learned and I'm going to bring up divorce all the time because I can speak on it.
Right.
But because divorce didn't stop me from now dating and opening my heart again. It didn't harden my heart. Right. I know I'm somebody's wife. I know I belong in a relationship. I know I'm a part. I love marriage. I love love. So I know it's going to happen to me at some point. So I would say that to say in parallel to friendships and to partnerships and whatever ships, that you have to be open and really put yourself out there, and it's your aura. You know what I'm saying? It's really like, you know what? I'm receptive of new feelings and new entertaining things that are going to stimulate me. And we have to be open to that. I have been through so much. There's been blogs, there's been this, there's been whispers and rumors and this and that. But you have to be able to understand that you can heal through that and go through it, but it's not happening to you, it's happening for you. And we are beautifully educated women to understand that. And not everyone's going to be our friend. They can be that's another thing too. There's levels, there's friends, there's hierarchies of like, you know, associates. Not everybody's your friend. Not everybody's going to know your secrets. Not everybody's going to know your insecurities. But there's some people that can know that and understand that and help you heal through that.
I think my biggest thing is how I went through it is I became like, we all are a child of God, and it brought me closer to God. And I get down and I ask God, reveal to me, like, show me. If they're there for me, then I accept it. If they're not, reveal it. And every time I ask, you know, the tongue is a powerful thing. Every time I ask, he reveals it. And I'm truly grateful. Like, the people who are around me today, it's because God placed them in my life. Even with you, Ashley, I remember, Ashley, you had me in tears one day and you sent me a text message. I forgot where I was at. And you just was like, I really appreciate you. Like, it was so sweet. I don't want to cry. I never expected this from you, Ashley. Like, because Ashley is so, like, everybody and people who don't know you and they see you as a person, they're like, dang, she's so, like, I don't know how to read her. Yeah. I'm like, Ashley is such a sweet person. She just, she's very cautious of who she surrounds herself around.
That's true.
And when Ashley sent me this message, I had tears. I was like, oh, it was so sweet.
Wow. And that was very random. It was
it was.
And that's the kind of person I am. I'm just very, like, whatever I'm feeling, that's literally the way I act, the way I talk, the way I am. And that's why if I do have an issue with my friend, I want to talk about it. Like, this is on my heart. Can we talk about this? Right. You know what I'm saying?
And we should be receptive of it.
Exactly.
Right. We have to be receptive of it. We are at this beautiful age. And I'm saying this consistently because we don't know when our time is up. You know? So you really want to be able to love and live and really understand people, especially if they've been put in your life. Whatever capacity that is.
And you have friends, don't cut them off. I know a lot of, and I tell my daughter this all the time, we're so easy to cut a female off, but we forgive that man 20,000 times. They can do the worst. But if you have a friend that has not betrayed you and it's something so small that you can work it out and talk it out, work it out with that person because your friend can take you a long way. You're going to need that friend. Yeah. And it's so good to have friends in your life.
It is.
Because your man can't go through everything with you.
No, they don't understand like a woman understands.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Well,
and your girls are the ones that are going through it. Like when you and your man going through it, it's your girl.
Your girl right there. You calling, girl, he done did this, this, and
how do you feel about was I tripping? Or should I apologize?
Exactly. And I would always like want a friend that's going to hold me accountable, that's going to tell me like, girl, no, you was wrong. Or, you need to really work on this because that's the people who are around you. That's what makes you better. Who makes you better? You know what I mean? So
we deserve that.
Yeah. You don't want people around you who are just like yes men and yes women. Like you need people who are really going to like hold you accountable, lift you up when you need it, but also like who are there to let you know like that you need to get your shit together.
Exactly.
So.
And if you have them friends that you question, just ask God to remove them because he will remove them. Yeah. There is a real thing that's called frenemies, where people just want to be around you to be able to pick up what you do and
they want to profit off of you, your personality, everything.
Use your contacts, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Mimic you. There's a lot of that.
Baby, I ain't got time for it.
So here on Humble Baddies, we receive you guys' DMs. You can also hit us up on the Humble Baddies Instagram. We check those DMs and you could be featured here at the end of our series. That way we can help you out and give you some of our expertise. So we'll keep it anonymous though. What do y'all think about that? We don't say
no, we don't.
If you want everybody to know your business, we can tell people.
We'll tell the name. You can put whatever you want. Like this person did not disclose.
Everybody's a humble baddie around here.
So we're going to be humble. So you guys, please hit us up on our Instagram and our social media. That way we can help you guys out and give our expertise. So Sharelle has our Humble Baddie mail today. What do you have for us today, baby?
Today, the Humble Baddie was very anonymous. Hi, Humble Baddies. I'm having a hard time in my relationship because I feel that my boyfriend spends too much money and lives a party lifestyle.
Okay.
Meanwhile, I'm trying to save for the future and feel more responsible. I don't know what to do. Should I stay with my boyfriend or end my relationship before it becomes out of control? We've been together for 2 years, but I don't know if I should move on any further if this is how it's going to be. I've already confronted him about this numerous times and nothing seems to get through to him. Please help me.
So I know in most dynamic in relationships, I feel like, women are very much more of the bookkeepers, right? And I'm saying that to say in any dynamic of relationship that you should have someone who is tracking the finances, that's also making sure that, you know, they're available. And if you have dreams and goals, if you have like trips planned ahead and things like that, it should be noted. So it can become disrespectful and become a conflict of the relationship if somebody's disrespecting the pot. Now, it goes off of like who's bringing in more money, who's not, who's saving, things like that. But if you guys have goals as a family, goals in the future, and those financial like goals that you want to reach, I feel like it's a communication thing. I feel like our humble baddie needs to talk to her spouse and make sure that they need to save, and he needs to bring down that lifestyle a little bit.
All right.
And they need to not take care of that.
Yeah.
What's up?
Spouse. And the reader, the humble baddie.
She said boyfriend?
She said boyfriend.
Boyfriend.
So,
boyfriend.
In my humble baddie opinion,
yes,
I just feel like if that's your boyfriend, then your boyfriend, he needs to be funding his own, you know, if he's spending money like that, that's fine. But it needs to be his money.
No, she asked y'all. Y'all missed what she asked y'all.
But
should I stay or should I leave?
I'm finna get there. Okay. So now, when it comes to staying or leaving, if you're staying because the end goal is to be married, then that's another question. Because if you're staying to be married, then that means y'all are supposed to be sitting down, having conversations about your plans for the future. Meaning budgeting,
which is part of a relationship.
And she said she's spoken to him numerous times.
And he outside.
And he has not changed.
Outside.
He outside.
Okay.
Thugging with his rounds.
So
shots for everybody.
So I feel like if it's not lining up, if their plans as far as money aren't aligning, then she's answering her own question. She should know.
And most people break up because of finances.
Girl, let me tell you what you need to do.
But I will say, though, finances it's something that you can work on. People have to learn how to take care of money. It's not something that a lot of, especially Black people, know about. So I wouldn't hold it against him if he doesn't know how to manage his money. So, because you can have a lot of conversations with somebody and say, save your money, save your money, save your money. But if you don't know how to save your money, then you're really just talking in one ear and it's going out the other. You know what I'm saying? But you can take classes like,
is he willing to take
financial awareness?
Yeah, but that's another thing we don't know. Dave Ramsey is like the best. I feel like he has this class. I took it at my church. Dave Ramsey has like this class where they teach you how to like save your money. You can get out of debt. I mean, like there's things, but if your partner isn't willing to learn, then that's a whole nother thing. So
it becomes disrespectful.
Right. But like I said, she said boyfriend. If they've had plans and conversations, then I don't know.
I just think when you're spending
I'm gonna tell you like
someone,
this. Run. R-U-N. Run. Leave his ass. He ain't ready. You seem like you're ready for something else. He ain't ready. Come back. If he ready, he'll come back for you.
Yeah,
leave his ass.
I wouldn't say run though, because
I'm not saying run
because I feel like that's not for me. That's not like a deal breaker. I feel like there's so many other things that I would run away from, but like not.
If he out here splurging in these streets and spending money, he doing everything else.
There's time. I feel like there's time.
And you have to teach.
You think he just spending money and in these streets? He probably out there swinging. He got more problems on top of that too.
No, I mean, if it's just what she said, he's spending money. He likes to party, whatever. Like, okay, he's still in his. He just doesn't know how to manage his money yet. But I feel like people have to learn.
Yeah, you can learn. While you learning, I'm gonna be over here. But we ain't gonna be together.
So when you're dating somebody, you expect them to just know everything as soon as.
No, I don't. But if I have said to you numerous of times and you haven't went to go get any help, you haven't changed, that means you are comfortable where you are. So I'm going to remove myself until you're able to change.
Okay, I agree with that. But
I'm not going to be your enabler. So I'm going to remove myself so you can get your help. If you really want to be with me, then you gonna change.
I think if there's an issue with like,
I'm the problem.
No,
don't run.
If the rent and the mortgage is being fumbled, and that's your responsibility because you're
that's
partying.
crazy. Now, if you spend into
you know what I'm
that,
saying?
then
If things
crazy.
are not, but if that's
I don't know. It seems like it's more to the story that our Humble Betty didn't tell us. Girl, we know it's more to the story.
Okay, but tell him to go follow Dave Ramsey. Okay, and so he can figure out how to manage his money. Hopefully, you're not at the point like Sharelle said, and you got to run yet, Lord Jesus.
But run.
But you can learn to manage your money. I feel like that's something we can fix. I feel like that's a fixable issue.
But when you tell us that you have spoken numerous could be like, stop spending your money. Stop spending your money. That's not really much. No, if she has spoken to him about her issues, she said, I've spoken to him numerous times about these issues, and you have not changed. You're taking me for granted.
Yeah,
you don't care.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree.
Financial awareness is definitely a huge factor.
That can cause a lot in a relationship.
Really
finances.
People break up over finances.
Absolutely.
It can cause turmoil in the relationship.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I don't disagree.
Get educated.
It's just me. I'm the problem.
So get educated.
Ashley, you be spending. You got to spend.
So get educated. Talk about it.
I'm taking
and then make a decision.
That's why
I want to thank you guys so much for joining us today. We appreciate you so much. Ladies, let us know where everybody can find you guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, because we don't discriminate.
Period. You can find me at Ashley Nicole on Instagram and all the social medias.
Sharelle Rosado _ on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Make sure y'all go subscribe too.
Like, subscribe, and comment.
And Alexis Sotomayor, I'm at Lex _A_S on Instagram.
Period. Make sure y'all go follow.
All right. Love you guys. See you.